Well, today's date is September 24th, 2012. Recording with Dave Cleveland at the controls. This is Vic Earl, and we have the great and wondrous Tom Sage Choppy, who has been a earmark individual here at the club. And welcome, Tom, to this recording, and it should be preserved and possibly even portions of it used in the 100th anniversary of the club for 2021. So let's just start off with, let me ask you, where were you born, and go from there.
I was born at Bayview Hospital in Bay Village by Dr. Shepard, the famous Dr. Shepard's brother,
Aha.
actually. And I grew up in Bay Village on Lake Road across from Old Bay Boat Club. Our family rented a house there across the street. There was like 4 or 5 houses there, and we rented one. And so that's where I grew up. You know, I grew up with a field there in the lake, and so my dad was a good golfer, a good athlete, and so he took us out playing golf all the time. And so my brother was a caddy here. He started in 1967, and he brought me up when I was old enough in 1969 as a caddy when I was 13. And I started caddying for 69, 1970, 1971. And then I started working in the bag room in 1972 as a club cleaner. I would work from 12 to 8 as a club cleaner, and that's what I did for, 1972 and 1973. And when I was 17 in 1973, I was lucky enough to caddy for Arnold Palmer in the PGA Championship at Canterbury. It was a blind draw for local caddies only, and so I was really surprised and happy. And before the tournament, he announced he was going to give the entire check to his caddy if he won. That was $45,000 back in 1973. And I was 17 years old. Like, oh my gosh, all this money, and so much pressure on me. Oh no, because that's one major he's never won. And the last tournament he won with that year was the Bob Hope. He won in 1973. So my picture, my name was in the Plain Dealer Press all that week, and everybody's saying to me, good luck, And
You thought you'd won the lottery.
yeah, I go, yeah, oh my gosh, I was 17. Went out to the course and measured yardages off every hole and everything like that. We all did, and there were several other caddies that were selected also. One had Nicklaus that year, Jack Nicklaus, and he won it that year.
Oh, okay.
The Lakewood Country Club caddy had Jack Nicklaus. That year, and he was in a music band called Fairweather. And Nicholas won. He gave him $2,500 for his first place check. And the Plain Dealer next day says Caddy Rocks to a $2,500 tune, and so that was pretty cool. But caddying for Arnold Palmer, that was so much fun. We had the big galleries at Arnie's Army. I look over the next fairway. There's people playing golf. There's no one watching them. Everyone was watching Arnold Palmer, and I. But I got to tell you this funny story that happened when I was caddying for Arnold Palmer. Oh, it's kind of embarrassing, but I'm going to tell the story. It was on the second hole, the first day during a practice round, the second hole. He had practiced a putt. I was standing just right next to him, like 5 feet away. He hit a putt to the hole, and another caddy threw it back in between us. So I had the flagstick in my hand, and he bent over to pick up the ball. So did I at the same time. And my top of the flagstick came over, hit Arnold Palmer on the top of the head with the flagstick. I go, oh, I'm sorry. I go, I'm sorry, Miss Palmer. I'm sorry. Oh, that's okay.
Oh my God.
I know, it's so embarrassing. What if he still remembers that? So, actually, that was pretty funny. And so,
How did he finish in the tournament?
yeah, he didn't play very well. I came from 3 practice rounds and 2 official rounds because he missed the cut by 1 shot. He shot 76, 74.
Okay.
He must have shot by 1. His putting was really not too good. I mean, the Plain Dealer next day had Palmer putting fails, and just all that. And, I wanted him to make the cut at least. I know, but, that was quite an adventure. That was a lot of fun. And I still had the uniform, which I caddied with him, but Palmer on the back and newspaper clippings and all that stuff. So that was 73 when I was 17. Let's see, at the club in 74, I worked in the pro shop. I went to Ohio University that year and came back and worked. I was in the pro shop selling gloves and balls and hats. That's what I did in 74.
And that was with Jerry Boykin at
Yeah,
that point?
Jerry Boykin, assistant pro. Yeah, Jerry Boykin, head pro, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun back then. There was a lot of parties here and stuff. It was a lot of fun. And then let me see, 1975 through '79, I was a cart man. I threw bags on carts all the time, and just helped out with everything. And so I did that for a while, and that was a lot of fun. And let's see, in 1980, I was working at Doral Country Club in Miami during the wintertime. I have two sisters at the time living there. And Jerry Boykin, head pro at the time, calls me up and says, Mickey Pavlik quit, the starter. He was there for the last 10 years.
Right.
He goes, you want to stay assistant pro, or do you want to be the starter? I go, I'll take the starter's job. It's less hours. So I'll take the starter's job. So I've been the starter since 1981, so I'm 31 years or whatever from now. So it's, so I've been working here it's like my 40th official year. And what I take pride in is I've never been late for work ever in 40 years. 40 years I've been working here. I've never been late one day. One day I've been here every year.
Start.
Early in the morning, yeah. Early morning I start all the time, and I go out late at night and have fun. But I still make it here on time, because the starter has to be here on time. But I don't know, being here 40 years every day, not on time is, it's
That's a record.
yeah, that's the greatest record in sports.
I love it.
So that was 1980. So yeah, 81 I started.
Now, you may have been here in body, but were you fully
Yeah,
coherent?
no, I was back then. It was we were young and doing fun stuff. It was a lot of fun. I've seen a lot of fun stuff. So over the years, I saw Mr. Packle one year. He drove the cart in the lake on 16. He took the bend around 15 and just jumped out of it real quick because he likes to play fast. The cart kept going. He tried to chase it down. The cart ran over him. His leg was all bruised up. The cart went in the lake, started sinking. That was funny.
All right, we're rolling again.
All right. Another sort of funny story is one year on Lakewood Day, they usually have a car for a hole-in-one, for something like that. But this year they decided to have a boat. They got a boat for, they put it next to the first tee by the lake there, by the edge of the lake.
Right.
And someone came up with the idea, why don't we put the boat in the lake? That'd be real cool. Have the boat in the lake for a hole-in-one. But it was not prepared to go in the lake. There was a leak and it sank in the lake. The boat sank in the lake. So that was pretty funny, and what other funny stories I can come up with? Well, I remember this one member, she was playing golf on a Monday, and she was very nice figure and everything, and the sprinkler had popped up and nailed her, and she came in soaking wet, looked at me, and she was, at a wet t-shirt contest. I was like, oh, that was pretty funny, what else? So being a starter for the last 31 years, it's been a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I love being nice to people, doing things for others. I'm a giver. I love giving, love doing things. And so I care about my job. I care about the members of the club, the true beauty of the club is the membership. What nice people they are. They're first-class people, and they treat me well, and I really enjoy that very much. So I go out of my way to help people. A lot of things people don't even see, but I enjoy doing that. So
Things they don't know about.
right, that I do to make things right, because I've been a starter for 30 years, and I send a lot of people to different holes. I go, if you don't mind starting on 4 right now, there's a big opening on 4. Go out number 4, you'll fly, you won't see anyone, because I know where everyone is at all times being the starter. I know how fast they play. I know everything about everyone. So it really helps to make the course run, very nicely. And a lot of people don't see that, but things I do like that, to make the course run smoothly, I do things like that so everyone's happy. So a lot of people don't see that either, but my enjoyment is seeing that work out perfectly. I know I did something to make the day go perfectly, and that's...
Well, I'm sure that's appreciated by the others of the staff around here, too,
right, yeah.
because it's a well-run machine.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, they all do a great job here, and it's appreciated working with, Jerry Boykin. I've worked for Jerry Boykin for a long time, for 25 years or so, and he was a true gentleman. He treated everyone, every employee like his own son. Yeah. I think everybody left working for him owed him like $600-700. You know, in the pro shop. I'll put it on his tab. I'll put it on my tab. That's how nice he was. How generous he was. How giving he was. Yeah.
When you are not here in the summertime, wintertime, for a whole period, you're at Doral, and are you, anytime in the last 10 or 15 years, you go down and either work or just sort of relax in the wintertime for a month or two in Florida?
Well, a few things I haven't mentioned. You know, I started taking photographs of the golf course in 1983. I've always wanted to take photographs, so I bought a camera one year, and I just took a lot of photographs, and finally I get a couple good pictures, and I showed them one day to some members, and everybody loved them. And I sold thousands of my photographs in the 80s. I even ran a helicopter 3 times, Chopper 5. It came and landed right over here off the 10th hole. And that was cool, taking aerial photographs of the golf course. I sold thousands of those. And
Were you hanging out the side of the?
yeah, well, lucky Chopper 5 had a window. I just put out the window. But one year I did go up, it didn't have any doors on it. I was like, oh my God. I was just like, so that was a lot of fun taking pictures. I love, you know, taking pictures and doing golf photography. I did try some, went to other clubs and did some golf photography. I didn't really work out so well, but you know, it helped me be a better photographer. And I also started doing calligraphy in 1980. I've been doing calligraphy. I bought these calligraphy pens by mistake. I just wanted magic marker pens, and there was 3 different color magic marker pens, but they were calligraphy magic markers. They came with a little pamphlet in the back. So in 1980, I just started practicing, you know, at work, because we need calligraphy for scoreboards and stuff. And so I taught myself to do calligraphy. You know, I didn't take a class. I just taught myself with trial and error. So for the last 30 years, I've been doing calligraphy. You know, and even the Northern Ohio PGA Championship, local tournaments, for the ending tournament of the year, they hired me to do the scoreboard for their ending tournament because everybody loved it. You know,
Right.
You know, I put, you know, they would pay me enough where it would be worth it, but just to do it, just to show off my work, was payment enough, because it really showed, you know.
Tell me about your photographing 16, the classic 16. There's two pictures that I had. One was in the gorgeous from the tee and in the back going to 16, and the other one was in reverse behind 16 going back to the tee showing the group. How did you set those pictures up?
Well, I believe that a lot of shots are good if you get high. I climbed a lot of trees back then. I used to, every hole, if there was a tree near the green or the tee, I would climb. There's a big, huge pine tree behind 16T. So I climbed it in 1985. I climbed this tree, and it was just a perfect day. The lake was still, and I just took a picture, you know, a couple pictures, 1985. That one turned out to be the scorecard picture. I used it for a scorecard that year. And I sold a lot of pictures of that one, and a couple other ones I took, you know, from various places. And one morning it was a heavy frost. I went behind the green and got the frost, the steam coming off the lake. That was a nice picture also. And so I ended up taking thousands and thousands of photographs for 20 years of the golf course, and something I love to do. And I spent a lot of money doing it. A lot of my own money, you know, I didn't. So that cost me a lot of money, but I enjoyed it. So it was fun.
Well, I know a lot of the pictures that we have in the historical committee on record that are on this, that Cleveland has put together as a combination of remembrance. So in case we lose them, we have them on the disc, are in our archives. So the aerial shots that you were talking about,
Right.
we have all of those, I think most of them, as well as the shots that we took from certain events and pictures of holes and so on. So it's a fantastic collection. And we someday we'll try to get the Tom Sage the show pictures.
The Choppy Collection.
Yes.
The Choppy Collection.
And,
Well, you were kind enough to donate them all to us for the memorabilia or historical archives. And,
Right.
Quite a collection.
Yeah, I enjoy doing it. It's something I love to do. Like calligraphy, I love to do it. And I always like something new, a challenge. I like challenge, like drawing or something. I like something new, something to challenge me with. And yeah, like I say, I grew up playing golf. I love playing golf. I've been a zero handicap all my life, and I tried to qualify for the U.S. Open like 7 times, and never made it. Never made it. Played a lot of tournaments. Finished second in the Akron Open one year. Playing a lot of, tried to qualify for the U.S. Amateur many times, U.S. Public Links. I remember the Public Links one year, the first year I tried to qualify, it was 36 holes at Seneca. I missed it by 3 shots. I was upset that I missed it by 3. Next year I missed it by 2 shots. Next year I missed it by 1 shot. And then next year after that, I was in a playoff to go to Hawaii to play in the Public Links Championship. And one of the guys birdied the first hole. So I love playing.